The Word of God says, open quotes, "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my God, my refuge, my fortress, and in Him I will trust. For He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will trust. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Because He has set His love upon me, therefore I will deliver Him. I will set Him on high, because He has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation." Close quotes. Psalm 91 is one of the most powerful passages in the Bible, often known as the Psalm of Protection. It offers a comforting view of God's care for His children, especially in times of distress and uncertainty. In today's world, marked by fear, illness, violence, and crises, this passage remains a source of comfort and security for those who seek refuge in the Most High. The psalm begins with a profound statement: "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." The verb dwell suggests permanence, not an occasional visit. To receive the protection described here, it is necessary to make God our constant refuge, to reside in His presence. In a world where people seek security in so many things, material possessions, power, or even in other people, the psalmist reminds us that true protection comes from the Most High. Only those who choose to dwell in God will find the rest they long for. I will say of the Lord, He is my God, my refuge, my fortress, and in Him I will trust. This declaration of trust is central to the Christian faith. Recognizing God as our refuge and fortress is essential, especially in times of adversity. In today's world where uncertainties seem to multiply every day, we are called to declare this trust. When everything around us fails, be it our health, relationships, or circumstances, we must turn to the Lord, knowing that He is the only one who never abandons us. For He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. The snare of the fowler is a trap, a hidden threat. The deadly pestilence can be seen as diseases or calamities. Today, we are surrounded by visible and invisible threats. Pandemics, economic crises, and even spiritual traps that try to divert us from the truth. But God's promise is clear. He will deliver us from all these traps and protect us against dangers we do not even perceive. Verse 4 offers us a beautiful and comforting image. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will trust. God is often described as a protective Father, and here the psalm reminds us of His caring and welcoming nature. In today's world, amidst violence, political uncertainty, and personal crises, it is easy to feel exposed and vulnerable. But this passage encourages us to shelter ourselves under God's wings, trusting that He will protect us and give us refuge from any storm. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day. Night has always been associated with fears and uncertainties. The terror by night here can represent both internal fears and external threats we face. Likewise, the arrows that fly by day symbolize the dangers that surround us in broad daylight, sudden and unexpected attacks. But the psalm reminds us that when we are under God's protection, we need not fear either what is hidden or what is evident. Trusting in the Lord gives us peace even amidst danger. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. This verse offers an almost apocalyptic vision of mass destruction, but also an extraordinary promise of protection for those who trust in the Lord. In a world where fear spreads easily, whether through news reports, social media, or daily experiences, we need to remember that God is our protector. No matter how dark the situation seems, God remains faithful to keep us safe. Psalm 91 also speaks to us about the role of God's angels in our protection. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. Often, we forget that God sends angels to protect and uphold us. They are constantly around us, working on our behalf, even when we cannot see them. In moments of distress, this promise is a comforting reminder that we are never alone. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. This is a direct promise from God. He promises to be with us in times of trouble. Often, we expect God to immediately deliver us from every difficulty, but this verse teaches us that he walks with us through trials. His presence in our distress is the greatest assurance we can have, and in due time he will deliver us and exalt us. I will satisfy him with long life and show him my salvation. The long life promised here does not refer only to the quantity of years lived, but to the quality of life under God's protection. A life full of God's presence, his salvation, and his blessings. Application for today, Psalm 91 is an anchor of faith in turbulent times. In today's world, where fear seems to dominate, where illness, violence, and uncertainties surround us, this psalm offers a clear invitation. Seek refuge in God. It reminds us that, regardless of what happens around us, we can trust that the Lord will protect us. Our security is not in external circumstances, but in the God who controls all things. We live in a time when fear spreads rapidly, whether through news or the personal situations we face. But Psalm 91 teaches us that those who choose to dwell in the secret place of the Most High can rest in the security of his protection. God is our refuge and fortress, and we can trust in him, knowing that in due time he will deliver us from all tribulations.